Ugh, Anna. Jose jumps back in disgust. Gray grabs my hair and pulls it out of the firing line and gently leads me over to a raised flower bed on the edge of the parking lot. I note with a deep gratitude that it's in relative darkness. If you're going to throw up again, do it here. I'll hold you. He has one arm around my shoulders, the other is holding my hair in a makeshift ponytail down my back so it's off my face. I try awkwardly to push him away, but I vomit again and again. Oh shit, how long is this going to last? Even when my stomach's empty and nothing is coming up, horrible dry heaves rack my body. I vow silently that I'll never drink again. This is just too appalling for words. Finally it stops. My hands are resting on the brick wall of the flower bed, barely holding me up. Vomiting profusely is exhausting. Gray takes his hands off me and passes me an handkerchief. Only he would have a monogrammed, freshly laundered linen handkerchief. I didn't know you could still buy these. Vaguely, I wonder what the T stands for as I wipe my mouth. I cannot bring myself to look at him. I'm swamped with shame, disgusted with myself. I want to be swallowed up by the azaleas in the flower bed and be anywhere but here. Jose is still hovering by the entrance to the bar, watching us. I groan and I put my head in my hands. This has to be the single worst moment of my life. My head is still swimming as I try to remember a worse one. And I can only come up with Christian's rejection. And this is so many shades darker in terms of humiliation. I risk a peek at him. He's staring down at me, his face composed, giving nothing away. Turning, I glance at Jose, who looks pretty shameful himself, and like me, intimidated by Gray. I glare at him. I have a few choice words for my so-called friend, none of which I can repeat in front of Christian Gray, CEO. I'll see you inside, Jose mutters, but we both ignore him, and he slinks off back into the building. I'm on my own with Gray. Double crap. What should I say to him? Apologise for the phone call. I'm sorry, I mutter, staring at the handkerchief, which I am furiously worrying with my fingers. It's so soft. What are you sorry for, Anastasia? Damn it. He wants his damn pound of flesh. The phone call. I mainly being sick. Oh, the list is endless. I murmur, feeling my skin colouring up. Please, please, can I die now? We've all been here, perhaps not quite as dramatically as you, he says dryly. It's about knowing your limits, Anastasia. I mean, I'm all for pushing limits, but really, this is beyond the pale. Do you make a habit of this kind of behaviour? My head buzzes with excess alcohol and irritation. What the hell has he got to do with him? I didn't invite him here. He sounds like a middle-aged man scolding me like an errant child. Part of me wants to say that if I want to get drunk every night like this, then it's my decision and not to do anything with him. But I'm not brave enough. Not now that I've thrown up in front of him. Why is he still standing there? No, I say contritely. I've never been drunk before, and right now I have no desire to ever do it again. I just don't understand why he's here. I begin to feel faint. He notices my dizziness and grabs me before I fall, and hoists me into his arms, holding me close to his chest, like a child. Come on, I'll take you home, he murmurs. I need to tell Kate I'm in his arms again. My brother can tell her. What? My brother Elliot is talking to Miss Kavanagh. Okay, I don't understand. He was with me when you phoned, in Seattle. I'm confused. No, I'm staying at the Heathman. Still, why? How did you find me? I traced your cell phone, Anastasia. Oh, of course you did. How is that possible? Is it legal? Stalker? My subconscious whispers at me. through the cloud of tequila that's still floating in my brain, but somehow, because it's him, I don't mind. Do you have a jacket or a purse? Yes. I came with both. Christian, please, I need to tell Kate. She'll worry. His mouth presses into a hard line and he sighs heavily. If you must. He sets me down and taking my hand leads me back into the bar. I feel weak, still drunk, embarrassed, exhausted, mortified, and on some strange level, absolutely off the charts thrilled. He's clutching my hand. Such a confusing array of emotions. I'll need at least a week to process them all. It's noisy, crowded, and the music has started, so there is a large crowd on the dance floor. Kate is not at our table, and Jose has disappeared. Levi looks lost and forlorn on his own. Where's Kate? I shout at Levi above the noise. My head is beginning to pound in time to the thumping bass line of the music. Dancing, Levi shouts, and I can tell he's mad. He's eyeing Christian suspiciously. I struggle into my black jacket and place my small shoulder bag over my head so it sits at my hip. I'm ready to go once I've seen Kate. I touch Christian's arm and lean up and shout in his ear. She's on the dance floor. Brushing his hair with my nose, smelling his clean, fresh smell. All those forbidden, unfamiliar feelings that I have tried to deny surface and run amok through my drained body. I flush, and somewhere deep, deep down, my muscles clench deliciously. He rolls his eyes at me and takes my hand again and leads me to the bar. He's served immediately. No waiting for Mr. Control Freak Gray. Does everything come so easily to him? I can't hear what he orders. He hands me a very large glass of iced water. Drink, he shouts his order at me. The moving lights and twisting and turning in time to the music, casting strange coloured light and shadows all over the bar and the clientele. He's alternately green, blue, white, and a demonic red. He's watching me intently. I take a tentative sip. All of it, he shouts. He's so overbearing. He runs his hand through his unruly hair. He looks frustrated. He looks angry. What is his problem? Apart from a silly drunk girl calling him in the middle of the night, so he thinks she needs rescuing. And it turns out she does, from an over-amorous friend. Then seeing her being violently ill at his feet. Oh, Anna, are you ever going to live this down? My subconscious is figuratively tutting and glaring at me over her half-moon specs. I sway a little, and he puts his hand on my shoulder to steady me. I do as I'm told and drink the entire glass. It makes me feel queasy. Taking the glass from me, he places it on the bar. I notice through a blur what he's wearing. A loose white linen shirt, snug jeans, black Converse sneakers, and a dark print striped jacket. His shirt is unbuttoned at the top, and I see a sprinkling of air in the gap. In my groggy frame of mind, he looks yummy. He takes my hand once more. Holy cow, he's leading me onto the dance floor. Shit, I do not dance. He can sense my reluctance, and under the coloured lights I see his amused, sardonic smile. He gives my hand a sharp tug, and I'm in his arms again, and he starts to move, taking me with him. Boy, he can dance, and I can't believe that I'm following him step by step. Maybe it's because I'm drunk that I can keep up. He's holding me tight against him, his body against mine. If he wasn't clutching me so tightly, I'm sure I would swoon at his feet. In the back of my mind, my mother's often reiterated warnings come to me. Never trust a man who can dance. He moves as though the crowded throng of dancers to the other side of the dance floor, and we are beside Kate and Elliot, Christian's brother. The music is pounding away, loud and leery, outside and inside my head. Oh no, Kate is making her move. She's dancing her ass off, and she only ever does that if she likes someone, really likes someone. It means there'll be 3 of us for breakfast tomorrow morning. Kate, Christian leans over and shouts in Elliot's ear. I cannot hear what he says. Elliot is tall with wide shoulders, curly blonde hair, and light wickedly gleaming eyes. I can't tell their colour under the pulsating heat of the flashing lights. Elliot grins and pulls Katie into his arms, where she is more than happy to be. Kate, even in my inebriated state, I am shocked. She's only just met him. She nods at whatever Elliot says and grins at me and waves. Christian propels us off the dance floor in double time. But I never got to talk to her. Is she okay? I can see where things are heading for her and him. I need to do the self-sex lecture in the back of my mind. I hope she reads one of the posters on the inside of the bathroom door. My thoughts crash through my brain. Fighting the drunk fuzzy feeling, it's so warm in here, so loud, so colourful, too bright. My head begins to swim. Oh no. And I can feel the floor coming up to meet my face, or so it feels. The last thing I hear before I pass out in Christian Grey's arms, in his harsh epithet, fuck.